name is Ellie, the daughter of the Romano family. Tonight, I will tell you the story of the scariest night of my life. That night, a voice came from behind the wall. Dad just said, "If we stay, we will die." And I still don't know what that voice was.
Hello everyone, welcome to Mystery Tales.
Welcome to Mystery Tales. Tonight's story is not for the faint of heart. It's the tale of an entire family wiped out in one night by something or someone that was never caught. This is the story of the Romano family. In the winter of 1992, the Romano family moved to a quiet farmhouse on the outskirts of Raven Hill, a rural area in upstate New York. The family consisted of Michael and Sarah Romano and their two children, Lily and James. The house was old, built in the 1800s. Locals often whispered about strange events tied to the property, but the Romanos didn't believe in ghost stories. They were just happy to start a new life, far from the chaos of the city. For the first few weeks, everything was peaceful, but then things changed. It began with sounds, footsteps in the attic, scratching inside the walls. At first they blamed raccoons, but pest control found nothing. Then Lily, the younger child, started talking about a man in the hallway. She said he watched her at night. Her parents dismissed it as imagination. 1 week later, the family's dog was found dead, hanging from a tree behind the house. That night, Sarah Romano called her sister in tears. She said Michael had changed. He wasn't sleeping. He stared at the woods for hours, and he claimed something was watching them from the trees. On January 12th, 93, everything ended. At 3:47 a.m., a neighbor called the police after hearing screams coming from the Romano house. When officers arrived, the house was silent. The front door was wide open. Inside, the lights were off. There was blood smeared on the hallway walls. The smell of iron filled the air. Michael Romano was found in the kitchen. He had been stabbed 17 times. His eyes were missing. Sarah was discovered in the bathtub, her wrists slashed, but there were no signs of a razor or knife. Lily was found in her bedroom. She was tucked in, as if someone had put her to bed. She had no visible injuries, but her face was frozen in a look of absolute terror. James's body was never found. His bed was empty. The window was open. Snow had blown into the room, covering the floor. Small barefoot prints led into the woods and vanished. Police searched for weeks. They brought in dogs, helicopters, even psychics. But there was no trace of James, and no evidence of a killer. Autopsies showed no fingerprints, no DNA, just violent, brutal deaths with no clear motive and no suspect. Locals began to whisper again. They said the house was cursed. Some believed it was the Shadow Man, a local legend said to haunt the woods. Others believed the murders were part of a satanic ritual. The case was officially closed in 2001, listed as unsolved. The Romano house still stands today, empty, rotting, a warning to those who dare to go looking for answers, because sometimes the truth doesn't want to be found.
Let's go to the next story.
Tonight, we enter one of the most haunting and mysterious places in the world. Deep at the base of Mount Fuji lies a forest so quiet, so still, that even the wind seems afraid to pass through its trees. This is Aokigahara, known by many as. From the outside, it looks like any other beautiful forest. Tall trees, narrow paths, and the distant sound of birds. But once you step in, everything changes. The silence becomes heavy. No rustling leaves, no chirping birds, only the sound of your own heartbeat and a strange feeling, as if something is watching. For decades, people have come to this forest not for adventure, but to end their lives. Dozens, every year. Some say the legend began with a novel from the 1960s, where a woman walked into the forest and never came back, but the truth is older and darker. In Japanese folklore, this forest is home to Yurei, the restless spirits of those who died with sorrow and anger in their hearts. They are said to roam the trees, calling softly to the lonely, drawing them deeper and deeper. Electromagnetic interference from volcanic rocks causes compasses to spin wildly. Phones lose signal, people get lost and never return. Hikers tie colorful ribbons to branches to trace their way back. But sometimes only one end is found, the other lost somewhere deep in the woods. Signs placed by the government line the trails. They read, "Your life is precious. Think of your family. Please reconsider." Some who enter the forest report seeing shadows between trees. Others hear whispers in the dark. And some feel a cold hand on their shoulder. Even when they're completely alone, police rarely release official numbers. But locals know the forest still claims lives every year. Is Aokigahara truly haunted? Or does it simply reflect the deepest sadness in the human soul? One thing is certain, among its twisted roots and silent trails, something lingers. Do you believe in cursed places? Or are they just echoes of pain we choose not to see? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below.